Today we have an old Texas cowboy over here, a man that I've known for quite a few years and had the pleasure working with at Republic Studios, and a man that I am real proud to call my friend, none other than Mr. Monte Hale. Monte, how you doing, partner?
Thank you, Sunset. You know, you gave me my first job there at Republic, and I appreciate it. I've never forgotten it.
God bless you. We had a lot of fun.
Well, that's why I'm out here today.
We had a lot of fun.
To really thank you for it. I mean, you put me on the road a little bit. I didn't go far down the road, but it was a ball.
You went a long ways down the road there, partner. You certainly did. You got 1 million fans out there.
Well, and I know how many you have, pardon. It's been great.
Oh, man, those days out there, old Roy Barcroft.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack O'Shea.
Jack O'Shea.
Oh, my God. Bud Geary.
Bud Geary.
All of them. Art Dillard.
Art Dillard.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Hey, I wore these boots for you today.
You did, huh?
Yeah. If I wore them in a cow yard, they'd melt. I'll tell you, they're patent leather. They don't look too good on the street.
Those are beautiful.
Those are just for a banquet, but I thought I'd wear them for you.
Well, that's great. That's great. I'm glad you did.
And anytime you want to know where Fort Worth is, it's that way.
It's that way.
I see you have some good friends here today.
I have a lot of good friends here today. Actually, we're really having a lot of fun over here. I remember one time, Monte, I don't know whether you remember that. You remember the time we was doing that Western and I carried you from a stagecoach into the table?
And I was laughing.
Yeah.
Was I a little heavy on you?
No. I picked old Monte up out of the stagecoach and I carried him in there and I laid him down on a table. Tommy Carr come up and he said, "Monte, a dead person don't smile."
Well, you kept tickling me in the
No,
ribs.
that was the first time, you see.
Yeah.
And so the second time, I don't know, we was clowning out there and we got back out in the stagecoach and I was carrying you back in. I was giving you this in the ribs.
Yeah.
And you busted out in the...
Well, the first one really was where I played your brother.
Yeah. And I thought we were going to get killed on that one when we were both laughing, you know.
Yeah.
And every time we'd look, you remember, every time we'd look at each other and we got out to the stagecoach, we'd laugh.
Yeah.
And
I kept wanting them to break for lunch, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
you wanted to break for lunch, so we'd get out of it, and we knew dadgum well if we goofed up one more time, that was going to be it.
That's going to be it, man.
You remember when you said, oh, Mickey, you said, you look one direction and I'll look the other.
Yeah.
And we'll get by.
Oh, my
Man,
God.
that was hard carrying. It was easy carrying you, but getting up over that step and everything without looking down.
Hey, the stories could go on and on, couldn't they, about what happened on location?
I tell you what, they get us out there at 5 o'clock in the morning at the fun, and then we go out on location.
Yeah. You remember old man Iverson?
Oh, Lord, yes, I
On
do.
the Iverson's Ranch. That's where we shot all the Westerns.
Yeah.
Just telling the folks that. I thought we'd throw that in.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's really beautiful.
I see you have Peggy Stewart around here.
Yeah, Peggy's supposed to be around. I think she's around somewhere.
Saw my old buddy Kirk Allen over there.
Yeah. A lot of the stars showed up for the show.
And I see my best friends over there, Ray Webb.
Yeah, old Ray Webb.
He really put on a good show last night, didn't he?
Yeah, that was fantastic. That show last night.
I'm not trying to throw you off of the track here. Let's talk about this.
The Golden Boot Award, that was fantastic.
You betcha.
It was a lot of people
great.
there. It was a full house, a really lot. And you went on from that. Well, I see you done 2, and then you jumped into your own series, Monte.
Yeah, made 18.
You jumped from there on into your own series. Tell the fans out there a little bit about some of the different guys, the heavies you worked with, and some of the fun that you had on, and some of the jokes. I know you've got a million of them, and I know that you can tell.
Well, Sunset, I've told this so many times, but I'll lay it on you again about the time Roy Barcroft and I, when we broke for lunch out at Iverson's Ranch. He kind of backed up against a boulder there with some of that Brittingham beef, and I was over here on a post, kind of leaned back on it, having mine. And there's a big rock that come down there with a split in it, where a big old snake started coming out by his left boot. This is for real. I mean, this is no lie. And I'm sitting across from him. I see this snake coming right through that rock. About this, he kept crawling out by his boot, and I says, "Roy, be careful." I said, "Just freeze." He says, "What's the matter?" And he kept eating. Didn't faze him one bit. I said, "There's a snake right down by your left boot." I says, "Let me powder burn him a little." So I pulled it out, had it blanks in it, 5 and 1s, you know, and I started to shoot, just to scare the snake. I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted to take out part of his throat. So he reached over and pushed my hand down. He says, "I don't believe I'd do that." He says, that could be someone from the front office. so what are you going to do? That's a true story.
Someone from the front office.
Yeah, but I've told it so many times, I'm getting tired of telling it. Oh, hey.
That's fantastic.
You still get all that mail, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it. We get to hear from people everywhere.
I want to tell all these people right now that Mickey Sunset Carson used to outdraw Roy Rogers and Gene Autry both put together with mail. That's fan mail. I mean, all the way.
Oh,
I remember the stacks you used to get.
Thank you, Monty. It was real nice. I love getting all that mail, and I love answering it, and going on the road, you know, like we was down at those different conventions and
Yes.
seeing all the people.
Uh-huh.
It's really wonderful, isn't it?
Yep.
They come. Well, they have people come to those conventions. They come over from England.
Everywhere.
They come from Canada. There was one man down at Memphis. His wife wouldn't let him fly, so he'd taken a bus, a Greyhound bus from Ottawa, Canada, to Memphis. Now, can you imagine that?
Oh, hey, that is really something.
Did you ever work with Linda?
Never did work for Linda, but I used to go over and watch them on the set. I used to watch
Yeah.
them shoot quite a bit, and I watched Peggy and you.
You worked with Peggy. Did you
I
work with
watched
Peggy?
never. Well, I worked with Peggy and you.
Oh, yeah,
when she
yeah.
was your girl there.
That's right.
And I used to go over and visit all the kids at Republic from the time. Well, Robert Blake, I think, was 8 or 9, and he worked in my first picture I ever made at Republic, Home on the
Yeah.
Range. He was a kid. And then the third one he worked in out California way.
Yeah. Oh, hey, do you remember that one we all did together, Bells of Rosarita?
Yeah, I wish I'd have been in that one. That's the only one I wasn't in with you, I think.
That's right. Yeah, you was doing one of your own that time, and you couldn't get away.
Yeah, but we did come back and do one with Roy.
Yeah.
And you weren't in that one.
No.
Called
no.
Trail of Robin.
No, I was out working on that. Too.
Yeah.
On that there. You know, Bob Livingston pulled a good one on Rocky Lane on that one. You know.
What was that?
Well, it wasn't in the script, you know, and Alan, he was bam, 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 bam. He's knocking them outlaws over right and left, you know.
Okay.
Oh, Bob tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, you're not going to kill anybody with them blanks.
Oh, God. Boy,
You know, they left it in the picture.
Left it in?
Left it in.
Oh, God.
Left it in the picture.
Well, Roy Barcroft blooded my nose in a wagon scene one time, and I mean, it spurted. The blood spurted, and they left that in. It was in true color. And the blood didn't look too bad.
No fake blood, huh?
Oh, no, it was real.
Oh, God.
And he apologized to me for 25 years after that about breaking my nose.
You know, once in a while, you know, you'll hit a guy. You know, I hit one old boy. I can't remember his name, but he told the director he could do stunt fights, you know, and they had a double in for him as doing his fighting, so they had to put him in for a close-up. And so he walked up to him, and just when he got right up for the set, you know, right for the shot, and he said, Sunset, he said, I've never done a fight. He said, I'm scared to death, I don't know what to do. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, you just make a swing, a big swing, and I'll block, and I'll hit you on the shoulder, come across to hit you on the shoulder here, and knock you completely out of the scene. I'll hit you hard enough that you just take a punch like that, you shake your head and go out and be knocked out, you know. So I draw back, and I come around fast, and what did he laid his head right in
Right
my,
where your punch came?
Laid my head right in my hand, you see, and I got him right there.
You unglued him.
He spun around like this, and he dropped, you know, and the cameras on, and I forget, Spence Bennett was directing, and when he hollered, cut, 2 of the prop men stepped in front of Spence, said, what do you want to do? And 2 of them grabbed the guy and drug him out. Took him out back, gave him some water, and straightened him out. He was covering him. You know, those guys really, they all worked together, you know.
Yeah.
Because they knew he'd be in trouble.
That's right.
And so they covered him there, and 2 covered him there with the director, and he didn't know a darn thing about it till after the picture's over sometime it actually got hit.
Yeah. Well, I remember one time when you and I was doing a running shot, and I was right behind you, just this far.
Yeah, he like shot my ears off.
I was scared to death. I powder burned you behind the ear. I just had been to the dentist 2 days before and had 3 teeth put on there. And when we got to the end of that ride, after I'd powder burned you, I started to apologize to you, and those teeth flew out of my mouth right on the ground, and the horse stepped on them. And I said, if you ever tell anyone this, and that crew back there on the truck, I'll kill you and tell God you died. I don't know whether you remember that or not.
I remember it, Monty, and I haven't told a soul, but you did.
Well, there's my new ones right now, right here.
That's great.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, that's wonderful, I tell you.
Are you about to run out of conversation?
Well, let's see, what all have we covered? Let's see, we covered old Pappy Yates. Did you like
Pappy Yates? He could really spit good, couldn't he?
Yeah, he sure could. He'd come down to the set, you know, and he'd watch me for about 4 or 5 pictures, real close, you know, and he'd scare the heck out of me, you know. He's just a little guy, but he's powerful, you know.
We're talking about Herbert J. Yates that owned Republic Studios, and the first job that he ever had in New York City, he went to a tobacco factory. He went up to the main office and says, where is the mainmost man out here? I want to talk to him. I need a job. So he went up in the man's office, the president of the tobacco company, and the man says, have a seat. So Yates sat down across from him, and the first question the man asked him was, do you chew? Mr. Yates says, no, but I'll start right now. And he chewed ever since, all the way from the time he bought Republic Studios up till the time he passed on.
Well, he was great. Old Republic, he was known as the king of the West.
He was that. Well, he owned Consolidated Film Laboratories. He, I don't know how many enterprises he had, but he was loaded and pointed. He had it on a downhill pull.
That's right.
And it was a pleasure, Mickey, working with you and to be among you guys. I mean, all the greats. I want to say this. My wife, Joanne, doesn't like to hear me say this, but I'm going to say it again. I did not hit the long ball in this business, but I made 19 movies. I've had a lot of fun. I've met some beautiful people. You're one of the greatest.
God bless you, Monty. You did hit the long ball because you got a million fans out there, partners.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed our visit with Monte Hale on the Sunset Carson Nostalgia Theater. Until we see you again, so long, goodbye, and may God bless you.